All right, welcome to Edutainment for Us. Sonruil, Talia, Rush are saying they are very scared that bro is digging up a grave. What is that? Why are you so scared about Babu? Babu Wino has actually gone to JK Live and has started to talk about the matters of RUTO and all that. So let's see. So Babu Wino has just shown up on Citizen and he's addressing matters of tear gas, the goons and all that. So let's see what exactly he is after. Just in a short video, not so long, right?
I wanted to ask you, did you hear what Edwin Sifuna said yesterday?
About what?
Kakamega, about the tear gas?
Yeah.
Zima hiyo kitu kama nyongi ya jana. Nyongi. Ask Babu what.
Okay. And because the East Member Parliament, Babu Wino's in the house, he joins us. Thanks. Good to see you, Wesh.
Pleasure,
Sana, bro.
Pleasure meeting you, Kosao.
Yeah, you're still alive from yesterday, huh?
Yeah.
That was chaos, man. That was chaos.
Jeff, we are used to this chaos caused by the government.
Huh?
We've done it, we've been into them for a very long time.
Yeah.
And we've experienced the first-hand violence from government machinery.
And you saw it firsthand yesterday.
We saw it, we've seen it before. The government is so predictable, Jeff. You will always predict these people how they will behave. Even the next rally, it is too obvious that they're going to behave the same way.
Right. Tell me something. Okay, tell us about how your flight, your schedule was yesterday. Did you fly into Kisumu Airport? Because your guys, your bodyguards, and still are detained, right?
They are still at Kisumu Central Police Station. Jeff, we were supposed to go via Kisumu International Airport. And it is quite a surprise, Jeff, because I received first-hand information clearly indicating that the person who's just spoken here, the PS Interior, and I'm talking because I'm an advocate and I know that he can go to court. So I'm talking with a lot of conviction. And for me to mention his name, I'm talking with a lot of conviction and with serious evidence at hand. Yesterday, the PS for Interior, Raymond Omolo, is the one who sponsored goons to even access Kisumu International Airport, waiting for Babu Wino and Edwin Sifuna, and to be involved in clashes. They didn't want us to go to Kakamega, and therefore over 200 goons, given crude weapons, pangas, knives, to go and attack us yesterday at the airport, Jeff. Then the PS is busy talking the way he's talking. Shame on him, Jeff. And I want to tell you, I even texted him and I told him that he's still so immature to pull such moves. I texted him, he has my text messages. Jeff, one person was killed yesterday by the said goons. And the news, there was a presser which was being done by the family of one George Oluwande. They did a presser today. He is a Boda Boda rider. The Boda Boda Riders Association from Kisumu County did a presser today to condemn the death of one of their own. This guy was killed by goons who were hired by Raymond Omolo. And Jeff, this drama started a day before we went for the rally, where my brother-in-law was arrested here at Kilimani. Then, after I had complained and made some noise and the pressure from Kenyans, they decided to drop him off at Machakos at 4 a.m. in the morning. Then the day after that, we are being treated with the news of the goons. Goons were at the airport. You've just shown it on news. Those were goons which were hired. Jeff, I was born in Kisumu. Born, raised in Kisumu. I know all these boys. These are our brothers. These are people we grew up with. But because the government cannot provide jobs to these young men, they are now using them, misusing them, and abusing them by giving them only 1,000 Kenya shillings, Jeff, to kill, to maim, to destroy property. Today, as we speak, a woman has been turned into a widow. And do you know what is surprising, Jeff? The same PS goes around Nyanza, at least constructing 1 or 2 houses for widows. Widows, that is the one who is creating. Killing their husbands, building them their houses. That is the development that is talking.
Tell me something, Moshe.
So if somebody is to be arrested, Jeff, Murkomen should start. The police, the DCI should start by arresting Raymond Omolo.
The same Murkomen you're talking about, it says that the tear gas that was lobbed into the crowd, they said it came from you guys. You guys,
Jeff,
lobbed tear gas to yourselves.
Jeff, do you know any place in this country where tear gas is manufactured? Government imports tear gas, correct? How can an ordinary citizen get access to tear gas if this citizen is not a member of the deep state? If this citizen is not a police officer? There were handcuffs which were retrieved, which we found from a citizen, and tear gas was thrown there also. How do you say and blame an ordinary Kenyan citizen to have access to tear gas that you keep as the CS?
So you're saying it wasn't you guys?
That you buy, that you import as a government. Where did these citizens get tear gas from if it is not from the police? So, and if it is from the police, why would the police have an intention to give an ordinary citizen tear gas? Is it not for destruction purposes? And that is what was happening yesterday. And you could see, we even saved those goons who came to attack us.
Yeah.
Jeff, as we don't respond to evil with evil, because the bigger picture is to help those goons. We understand even those goons who are being hired. We are fighting for them because they don't have jobs. We are fighting for them because they don't have the meal for the next day. We are fighting for them because their children lack school fees. We are fighting for them because they have no means. A youth in this country, Jeff, may want to die today as we speak. A youth is so poor, they may want to die, but that youth has no money to even buy a rope to hang himself.
And you're from Nyalenda, so you know some of those goons are from Nyalenda as well, right?
I know, and I know where they were taken from. I've talked to several today.
Yes.
They have confessed to me.
Absolutely. Look, bila babu,
Tabu. Babu kwa sababu. Baada ya baba, babu. Hata bila sababu, babu.
tutaongea. And welcome back to Sunday Live right here, Citizen Television on the couch.
All right, guys, you've just seen what Babu has shared on Sunday Live with JK. And what you see here is the fact that Babu is saying that he, alongside Sifuna, Orengo, Hamisi, and the rest of the group are there to actually protect the citizens and also protect the fracture in ODM. I don't know whether the fracture will actually be protected, because generally what is happening is that there are those who feel like Babu and his group are actually after destroying ODM. And therefore they are fighting day and night to make sure that ODM is going to only remain with those who are ready for the collusion. Now, yesterday, it clearly came out that Sifuna, Babu, and the rest of them don't want any collusion because they say Baba never wanted that. And so they are fighting for space where they can have a candidate for presidency. So, Kapalis, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. Talia, I hope you have also subscribed. Suondrel, I hope you have also subscribed. Today was a long day for me. I didn't get time to do these reactions earlier. And I always say before I sleep, I must enhance consistency and work towards my target. I was actually collecting, making sure that I have a stock for firewood, because that is another thing that makes me survive in some few areas here and there. And things are so tough, so you can't rely on one thing to survive, okay? So you bear with me. I'm making you watch this very late, but I have to before I sleep. Tomorrow is another day. Of course, we'll do better and come here earlier. But the spotlight now is on ODM. We see the fracture, and of course, Sifuna came earlier for the interview. We heard him. We have heard Amisi speaking Orengo is yet to come. We are yet to hear, though we've seen Onyong in so many interviews, and we need to hear from the rest of them. Bobby Njagi came after he was actually in a fridge in Uganda. Now we have Babu coming here. Previously, we thought he would come for an interview, but he was a bit sick. Now, of course, ODM has promised to go to several places, including Kisii and Kisumu. They have also promised to go to Siaya, but they were supposed to go to Coast and then Northeastern before they came to the other sides. And of course, we are waiting for the United Opposition. They have also promised to actually go through all those sides from Kapsabet to Litein and all those ends as they go to Kisii. But before that, let's look at what Babu is sharing. Of course, I've already analyzed what he said earlier. What do you think? Do you really believe that the tear gas that was thrown to this group was from their own? Can you really actually tear gas yourself? Or is it something that the government did as Babu is sharing? Babu is also sharing a very sensitive matter, a matter that we have really condoned a lot, the matter of Gunism. Gunism has become a practice in Kenyan politics, and it is such a saddening thing because we are citizens who are going to operate in many areas in this country, even before elections and even during elections. We might also even find that year some parents, maybe some mothers, in a maternal way and all that. And it becomes very chaotic in such a moments when we have tear gases and chaos all over the place, yet people have to go to hospital. And so I was even thinking about that and saying, oh, this is another bad thing. Anyway, it is what it is. So Babu comes out and says that the goons were actually organized by Murkom and the PS for Interior, and he put the more than 200 young people from Kondele and all the slums of Kisumu to attack them from the airport, and that's why they had to sneak using another way to get to Kakamega. Of course, previously we had seen a truck that was also greeted by a stone on the windscreen, the one that was carrying the PS system. So I don't know what to believe, but let's just look into these matters as we go by. Let's listen to Babu anyway. Already we've looked at some minutes, around 6 or 5, so let's proceed.
Yesterday, Jeff, the PS Interior did something which is unheard of.
And you have evidence of that?
Jeff, I'm telling you, I have evidence. I've spoken to my boys on the ground. The people who are hired to cause violence themselves spoke to me. Several of them, over 30 of them. Some of them, majority of them, we grew up with them from Nyalenda slums, telling me, Babu, we were told to come and stone you, to come and cut you into pieces. What is the work of the interior? Using goons, mobilizing goons? Jeff, even the police officers in Kisumu are confessing that they are tired of the PS Interior, that the PS is using them and misusing them, every time telling them to arrest people who are not in line with their agenda. Not everybody can be in line with your agenda, Jeff. Jesus Christ was the Son of God. He's still the Son of God. Not everybody agreed with what he said. Baba himself said, Jeff, that he might not agree with what you are saying, freedom of speech, but he will defend to the death of the right that you have to say what you are saying. And generally, Jeff, freedom of speech is the oxygen of democracy. We cannot take this away. Baba Raila Amolo Odinga fought for this. Even in the 10-point agenda, he was advocating for this. And right now, we are being told every day that the 10-point agenda ought to have been implemented, has not been implemented. Instead, they are doing things negatively, contrary to the 10-point agenda. Jeff, are you aware today that there's a woman who's been left a widow by the husband, whose only mistake was to ride a boda, whose only mistake was to support Babu Owino, whose only mistake was to come and see and have a conversation with Babu Owino. a boda rider who wakes up very early in the morning, Jeff, sometimes going back home with no food, no money, because there's no money, no customers. Goes back home, meets a child, and many other boda riders and people in the Juakali sector, looking at each other with the wife, asking questions, but no answers. Hoping that tomorrow I will get just money for fees for my kids. Hoping that tomorrow I will get the next month's rent. Hoping that tomorrow I will get food to put on the table. Jeff, then you terminate the life of this boda rider. You kill this boda rider. Then you say that we are doing empowerment. That we are doing empowerment to who, Jeff? Empowerment to who? After taking life, leaving people widowed, and then you are the PS Interior in the full glare of the police officers. Where this young man was murdered is only 100 meters from the police station. Police officers were standing there. Jeff, what are we doing?
Well, obviously you avoided flying into Kisumu, right? How did you get to Kakamega?
Jeff, very late. We had already changed the schedule and we used our means. We don't want to expose how we are moving because I know they will get this and the next time they might not want us to move the way according to our plan. So Jeff, for our own security, we will not go into that. But I want to tell you that signs had been shown. As we speak, Jeff, my security officers are at Kisumu Central Police Station just because they on team. They stay in Kisumu. Every time I go to Kisumu, every time I go to Nyanza, I spend time with them. They're my boys. We grew up with them. Right now, they are trumped up charges. They want to put guns for them. They want to put knives and pangas and every other thing, Jeff. There is no charge up to now, Jeff.
And they're still in?
Cash bail they can't be given. And they're still in. No accessibility. And the people who arrested them, do you know what is surprising, Jeff?
Good.
They're police officers who came straight from the DCI headquarters in Nairobi, not Kisumu.
Why not?
Okay? Specially organized to come and arrest them. Specially. Why? Because even the police officers in Kisumu are saying that PS Interior is a rogue that is disturbing them. That he can't give them the independence. Every time phone calls, go and arrest so and so. Because those people are not speaking his language. Jeff, the first person who should be arrested is the PS Interior.
And you have the evidence, right?
Jeff, I'm talking to you.
Alright guys, so BABU comes out with a very solid argument here, indicating that the PS Interior is a criminal, a rogue that deserves to be arrested. Will this happen? Of course, it is very challenging for this to happen in this country if Murkomen is still in government. Now remember, this is not the first time blame is squarely landing on Murkomen's head. It is maybe the third or fourth time. Remember the time that this guy from Nyanza actually died after the DCI and the police went for him all the way to his home. And then he later was killed in Central Police Station. So these murder charges were very critical and it led to a very serious demonstration in Nairobi. Now, why are we having witch hunts and, targeting of specific politicians currently? Is it because the government is shaken or what is happening? Because I would believe that if you're strong enough as the president is speaking, we saw him in JCM church, and I want to bring that before we continue with BABU. Then that means that if you're strong like that and you believe that nobody can shake you, you need to just move with confidence without necessarily having dramas and chaotic moments with small politicians, right? So I want us to actually look at the JCM video when the president was actually saying that he doesn't feel like he can be shaken by anybody. Then we can proceed. Here is the video, so let's go watch this before we proceed back to BABU Owino, okay?
Kwa hivyo, mimi niko na maneno matatu Bishop huyu ameuliza. Si amesema hii ni third anniversary na amesema vitu itembee tatu. Na mimi niseme tatu basi. Sio ile nasemaga kawaida ingine ya sana. Bishop, mimi nataka nikushukuru kwa ile kazi unafanya kwa vijana mayatima kwa kuwasomesha. Asante sana. Umekuwa baba ya wale hawana baba. Na kwa sababu ya hawa vijana, na nimesikia ya kwamba vijana wa hapa ni watu wa bidii, ni watu wa nidhamu, mimi nitakushikilia. Hawa vijana kwa miaka 3 ijayo, mwaka huu, mwaka ujao, ili nafuata, kila mwaka nikianza leo nitakutumia milioni 3 ulipie hawa vijana. Nikushikilie basari ya hawa vijana. Kila mwaka nitakutumia milioni 3 hawa vijana wasome. Sawa. Hiyo ni ya kwanza. Ya pili, Bishop, nimeona kazi ambayo unaofanya kupitia kuinua watu ambao wanatafuta njia ya ile nyota ambayo nilianzisha imefikia vijana wa Kenya 120,000 na niko na awamu ya pili na niko na awamu ya 3. Na kwa sababu hata na wewe naona unafanya nyota yako hapa kanisani. Naona unafanya nyota yako hapa kanisani. Basi mimi nitakuongeza milioni 5 ya kuendesha hii nyota. Ndio. Hii ya kanisani iendelee. Si ndio? Na mimi nimesikia hii kanisa ni kanisa ya watu wote. Ati kanisa ya watu? Ati kanisa ya watu kutoka jamii. Asanteni sana. Hiyo ni yangu ya pili. Si ndio? Na mwisho, pia askofu ameniambia ya kwamba mko na mtaratara ya kununua hii sehemu yenu ya kujenga kanisa. Ama mko na hiyo mtaratara inaendelea. So as bishop utanitafutia account yako ya kanisa, alafu nitafanya ile kitu, si ndio? So bishop, you will give me the account of the church. I will see how to help this church. Unajua mimi si ndio? Ama mnataka nifanye namna gani? Endelee namna hiyo? Bas, so mimi nataka nikueleze Bishop, nitakuita this week. Hii wiki hii. Kabla ya Ijumaa nitakuja nikuandikie check mzuri ya kuendelea na hii kazi ya hapa. Sawa. Haya, wana JCM, mimi nimefurahi sana kufika hapa jameni leo. Mimi nataka niulize wana JCM, nataka tu niwaulize mambo mawili. Nataka niwaombe urafiki. Niwaombe nini? Niwaombe urafiki. Na niombe maombi yenu, mtuombee. Mtatuombea taifa letu liungane. Na vile imesemekana hapa kwa hawa viongozi wangu wenzangu wote, na waomba viongozi tushirikiane, tufanye kazi kwa pamoja. sisi wote, mimi, Wamatangi, Kimani, Ing'ara, Wamuradha, huyu ndugu yangu Wakawanjiko, Obio hapo, Kagombe pale, Mama Simba hapa, sisi zote mmetuchagua, sote mmetuchagua, mmetupigia kura. Kazi ya watu wa Kiambu ni kazi yetu. Kazi ya watu, nataka viongozi wanisikize kutoka MCS. Waheshimiwa MCS wako area, tuwapigie MCS. Sikizeni. Nyinyi viongozi, sisi tuliochagua Kiambu kutoka MCA, wabunge, senator, governor, women rep na rais, sisi ni wafanyikazi wa hawa watu wa Kiambu na wafanyikazi wa taifa letu la Kenya, si ndio? Na kazi ya Kiambu ikiharibika, kazi ya Kiambu ikiharibika, sisi ndio wakuulizwa, si ndio? Ama namna gani? Kazi ya Kiambu ikikwama, sisi wenye kuchaguliwa tutaulizwa. So nawauliza watu wa Kiambu, msitafute mtu ya kulaumu ati ni fulani si la fulani. Hapana, kama iko kazi kufanyika Kiambu hizi hapa, sisi wote we must work together. Mimi siwezi kubali ati kazi ya Kiambu iharibike na sisi tumechaguliwa MCA, women rep, wabunge, governor pamoja na ama namna gani? Kwani wakati kazi ya Kiambu inaharibika, sisi tuko wapi? Alafu tunaanza kulaumiana. Kama imetokea shida, sijui kama tunaelewana, kama imetokea shida pale Githurai, tusijaribu kulaumiana, to solve the problem. Usiseme ni fulani, sijui ni fulani, hapana. Sisi wote, mimi nataka waulize, kuna mtu ya upinzani kwa sisi wote hapa tuko hapa? Sisi ni watu wa serikali sisi wote. Si mimi Wamatangi ni UDA, Simama County ni wa UDA, Ing'ara ni wa UDA, Mama Simba ni wa UDA. Sasa nani wa kulaumiwa hapa? So mimi na viongozi, unaelewana? Na wauliza nyinyi viongozi, tuwache kunyosheana vidole ya lawama. Let us solve the problems that emanate in Kiambu County. You have the responsibility to solve the problems of Kiambu County because you are the elected leaders. Nikushie basari ya hawa vijana. Kwa hivyo kila mtu ajipange na kazi yake. Ama sisi sote tutasimama mbele ya Mungu na tutoe akaunti ya ile kazi tumefanya. Hata kwa hii siasa 2027, si kila mtu atakuja na ile kazi amefanya? Ama si mimi nitakuja na ile kazi nimefanya? Ya barabara si nitaleta, ya kilimo si nitaleta, ya housing si nitaleta, ya hiyo kazi nimefanya si nitaleta, ya SHA si nitaleta, na nyinyi ndio mutasahihisha ama namna gani? Kwa hivyo kila mtu ajipange na kazi yake. Hakuna mwananchi atapatia mtu kura kwa sababu ya fitina.
All right, guys. So if you listen carefully to the president, he was trying to say that we have those who are coming out to blame him, and yet they're in UDA. Of course, you understand that in January, Wamatangi's property was destroyed, and so there was bad blood between him and the president. Now, exactly what he's saying, I don't understand whether he was trying to be sarcastic or whether he was being realistic. It depends on you. What do you think? You can drop a comment based on what you've seen or what you've heard from the president. Now, the president got a moment to actually shambuk most of the people he thought he should talk to indirectly. He also got room to give himself a milestone. And of course, being a church setting, a church has a moment whereby it emotionally carries away people. Now you see, he went around also flashing a lot of money to the bishop of this church. So it would be easy to actually carry so many souls to believe that he is the best leader and that the marking scheme has already been set. But let's set the other side for Babu and finish the discussion. Then we can rest and wait for tomorrow, because drama never ends in our country.
From a point of conviction, okay, he is the same person who sent the same DCI officers who arrested my brother.
Not hearsay, you have evidence.
I'm telling you, Jeff. I'm telling you.
Tell me something. Are you guys going to leave ODM, you, Sifuna, and your group, that half orange? Are you going to leave ODM?
Jeff, we've not reached that level. We've not reached that level. I want to tell you that ODM is a bigger party. And the people who are on the Linda ground side of ODM are the ones who are chasing us away from ODM. Baba Raila Amolo Odinga stood for democracy. Baba Raila Amolo Odinga stood for freedom of speech. Baba Raila Amolo Odinga wanted jobs for the young people, for Kenyans. Baba Raila Amolo Odinga stood for social justice, equal rights. Jeff, Baba Raila Amolo Odinga pushed for what we are now celebrating and enjoying, which is the Kenyan Constitution, the Constitution of this country, Jeff. He fought for liberty, against violation of fundamental rights. These are the things that we want this party to stand for, Jeff. But what is happening, Jeff? ODM now is divided into Linda Ground and Linda Wananchi. Linda Ground believes in power politics. We want power. We want Paka power. If there is no Paka power, maybe power tap. They want anything to do with power, Jeff. But the Linda Wananchi side believes in empowerment.
This Sifuna slogan.
I'm coming there.
Okay.
I'm coming there. The Linda Ground believes in retrogressive. There's a retrogressive force behind them. They are retrogressive forces. We are progressive minds. We believe that we need to help Kenyans. We are youthful leaders. We don't want to destroy this nation. These people survive in political hero worship, Jeff. Hero worshipping. But we believe that our rights come from the dictates of the government. That our rights comes from the hand of or hands of God. So therefore, Jeff, there's a big difference between what the Linda Ground believes in and what Linda Mwananchi believes in within ODM.
You know what, West, that means there's a split. You have to admit there is a split.
There's a split.
Yes.
There's a split.
Yeah. At some point, you guys are gonna have to go one way, Linda Mwananchi one way, Linda Ground the other way. Let's face it.
Jeff, we only called for an NDC. And we said that NDC should be called as soon as possible so that there's harmony, so that we get right leaders within ODM that will salvage the sinking ship. We said.
You say the ship is sinking?
Of course. If it is not salvaged, the ship shall sink. And Jeff, you remember, when Baba was still alive, and I was talking the way I'm talking, and I said that you invite us on the table or the table will break. Jeff, we can't be told that we are forever young. The challenges facing these Kenyans, this nation, those challenges have no time to wait. They must be resolved now by the young leadership. We can't say that when you are swallowing tear gas, then you are old. When you are going for Mandamano, you are old. When you are arrested, you are old. But when opportunity comes that Kenyans needs to be served, then you are young. Then you are told that the age is still young.
Yeah.
They're talking about a young age, a 32-year-old. In Fidel Castro, Cuba became a president. Rajolina, that is president of Madagascar. We talk about Libya, Gaddafi, 28 years, president. Talk about Faye in Senegal, early 40s, president. We are late, Jeff, to change this nation. We are late.
Is it true Linda Ground is reaching out to you guys? Are they reaching out for talks?
They've not reached out, Jeff. They have not reached out. The other day you heard what our father, the party leader, was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. He said clearly that you can bolt out. You don't have to be here. That's our father or our grandfather talking to the grandchild. Or our father talking to the child. Is that a reconciliatory tone? But Jeff, we will never settle for less. We were never born to settle for less. And we will not settle for less. If we can have more, why do we settle for less?
Sorry, Son Moish, what would be the deal breaker for you guys? What's it going to take?
Jeff, we clearly said that we needed an NDC.
And it's happening on March 27th, right?
Just wait. We don't want an NDC that is not procedurally called. We want an NDC that is called by the Secretary General. We see the current office holders. None has followed the procedure to be in office except the Secretary General. Okay? But as we speak, the current office holders, Jeff, start with the party leader. The manner in which he was made the party leader, and I'm talking with a lot of respect to Daktari Oburu Odinga, because he's like my father. But again, in matters that are facing challenges facing Kenyans, not look at age also. But I'm still respectful. Baba dies a day like today, then tomorrow you are installed as a party leader. Why they had? Where were we going to? Baba wasn't even buried, and already the party is taken. What was the hurry about? And the in which it was done, Jeff. NEC was called, and we were told the agenda ought to have been clear. When you call for a NEC meeting, you call it together with the agenda that is to be discussed. Yeah. And the NEC meeting, it is very clear how it should be called. That was not a NEC meeting, but NEC members were called and told, including members of parliament.
During a rally held by the Linda Mwananchi Brigade, Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna at Mbale, Vihiga County, the family of George Otobe is demanding justice following the attack that took place during the political rally in Mbale. Now speaking in Kisumu, the family dismissed claims that the son was a hired gun. Now meanwhile, Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen has warned the politicians against inciting Kenyans through weapons of broadcast tonight.
Kwa majina naitwa Florence.
Florence Otobe is overwhelmed by emotions, not able to speak after learning that the body of George Otobe, the father of her two children, whom she last saw on Saturday morning when he left home to attend a political rally in support of his favorite politician, is lying cold at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital morgue. In his last few minutes of life, the 40-year-old was attacked by unknown men at Mbale in Vihiga County, where he had gone to attend the Edwin Sifuna-led Linda Mwananchi rally.
So I'm wondering why the government cannot allow, if you are one term, go and have your rally. If you are two term, go also and have your peaceful rally with the protection of the government. What happened in Kakamega, we never saw it in Siaya.
His family and a section of Kisumu Boda Boda Association members have disputed claims that he was a goon, saying he was just a supporter of Embakasi East MP BABU. They claim he was trailed from Kisumu and picked from the crowd at Mbale, where he was beaten to death.
He had a tag that showed he's a member and also a leader in Kisumu County Boda Boda Association. Those people still went ahead and killed him.
Ni jukumu ya waungwana wakubwa hawa waita vijana wadogo wakae nao chini. Instead, ya kusambaratisha hii party ya baba Raila Amolo Odinga.
Aside from Otobe's death, efforts to disrupt Sifuna's meeting by lobbing a police tear gas were futile. Speaking while attending a church service at AIC Kipkelion in Kericho County, Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen warned politicians against inciting Kenyans using goons.
This is Sunday. The table will break. Jeff, we can't be told that we are forever young. The challenges facing these Kenyans, this nation, those challenges have no time to wait. They must be resolved now by the young.
Mbali nafaa mtoto aliswe hata kama bado ako tumboni, kama hajazaliwa ama tayari amezaliwa.
The shift from the norm by these male caregivers has not been easy.
Kama rafiki yako amekutembelea, apate kama unafanya hii kazi ya kulea mtoto, upate hiyo maneno imejitokeza huko nje. Sasa uone kama marafiki wameanza kusema ati huyu amekaliwa na bibi, sijui huyu ni coward.
We as male caregivers.
Alright guys, so I'm so appreciative of all those who watched this video, a reaction tonight, and of course we'll proceed tomorrow. There's much to discuss on the political platform and social platform. Thank you so much for those who watched, and I encourage you to keep subscribing to the channel as we grow. We are now almost at 3,500 subscribers, heading to 4,000. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Adios for now. Till tomorrow. See you again. Good night.